Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making a combo guide on Kewl for the TCG and Genesys. If you aren't aware what Kewl is, it's a brand new archetype that's going to come out very soon in Phantom Revenge in Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. That set is set to come out in 2 weeks, which will have the Kewl cards as well as 2 other archetypes. The 2 other archetypes, however, are pretty poor. They're really nothing to be excited about. The other 2 decks are just quite poor competitively, so not a lot of people are excited about them. However, there are a couple people who do want to play the cards, and they'll probably be pretty cheap, so if you want to play the deck, you can get it pretty affordably. Now, the reason that I'm excited about Kewl is because it's a Synchro archetype. I love pretty much every Synchro archetype. I think Synchro is probably one of the best things to ever happen to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the game was pretty slow before it happened, and the extra deck was pretty poor. Almost nobody used the extra deck before Synchros came out. I also think the summoning mechanic is one of the most balanced in the game while also being very strong. Kewl without a doubt is my favorite archetype out of Phantom Revengers, and without a doubt the archetype I put the most time into. I think it's also the best archetype out of the 3 in the set, so if you want to dedicate time into one of the archetypes, I would pick Kewl. Now, I'm working on a total Kewl guide for Genesys, but that's going to take me a bit longer, so I decided to cut out the part where I make the combos and just put it into this video. This is also because all the combos that work in the Genesys combo video also work in the TCG, so if somebody wants to see all the TCG combos, they can watch this video as well. The reason why it works like this is because this archetype is very self-contained. For all of their combos, they barely use any cards outside their archetype. So like I said, if you're a TCG player and you see these combos for Genesys and you want to try them, you can. All these combos are legal in the TCG. Now in this combo, I'm not going to spend too much time explaining what the cards do because I have a total guide that's going to come out later. In that future Kewl guide, I'll explain all the effects there, but this is just a combo, so I want to focus on that. For combo number 1, all you need is 1 Q. You're going to normal summon Q and activate that card's effect to summon Red Nova from your deck. You're going to take Q and Red Nova to summon a new card. This is Trackmaker. 3 effects will activate here. Because Q was sent to the grave as synchro material, you get to look at the top 2 cards on your opponent's deck. You get to banish one and place the other one on the top or the bottom of the deck. Red Nova's effect will summon Rico from your deck, and then the effect of Trackmaker will let you add playlists from your deck to your hand. Rico's effect will activate here to let you add mix from your deck to your hand. All the main deck Kewl monsters let you use 1 synchro material in your hand like the tuner if you use this card on the field as material. As a result, we can use Reiko and the mix in our hand to summon Remix. You're going to set your face down playlist and end your turn. On your opponent's turn, you're going to activate the effect of Remix. This card will tribute itself to target 2 Kewl monsters in your grave. You summon one to the field and you add the other one to your hand, and then immediately after you can synchro summon. We're going to use Mix and Rico so we can synchro summon RS. Now 2 effects will activate here if your opponent has the appropriate targets on their field. When Mix is sent to the grave as material for a synchro summon, you get to target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Rico on the other hand does the exact same thing except for spell and traps. So if your opponent has a monster and a spell or trap, you get to destroy both. Red Seal also has an effect where you can banish a tuner from your grave to target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate it. Finally, you're going to activate your face-down playlist. What this card will let you do is apply 2 effects in sequence. You get to target a Kewl monster in your grave and apply that target's effect that activates when it's sent to the grave as synchro material. Then you get to return that card to your hand. So you're going to target the mix in your grave and add that card back to your hand, but you also get to destroy a card first if your opponent has a monster on their field. So overall, this is pretty good just for 1 card. You got to destroy 2 monsters and a spell and trap off the effect of Mix and Rico. RS will also give you an Omni Negate, and you also have a guaranteed follow-up for next turn off a playlist. Now for combo number 2, you can have either Rico or Mix. I'm gonna normal summon Rico and add Mix to my hand, and then I'm gonna use both monsters as material to summon Remix. On my opponent's turn, I'm gonna activate the effect of Remix to tribute the card, to special summon Rico to my field and add Mix to my hand. I'm gonna immediately synchro summon into RS now. You get to destroy 1 spell and trap and a monster your opponent controls. On top of that, RS is also an Omni Negate. Now obviously this combo isn't as good as the first combo, but it's still a 1 card combo and it got you 2 pops and an Omni Negate. Now for combo number 3, you only need 1 Synchro Overtake. You're going to activate Overtake and reveal Remix to summon Mix from your deck. Mix's effect will let you add Q from your deck to your hand. You're going to summon Q and summon Red Nova from your deck. You're going to use Q and Red Nova as material for Trackmaker. Now 3 effects will activate here. Q will let you look at the top 2 cards from your opponent's deck, banish one, and then place the other one on the top or bottom of the deck. Red Nova will summon Rico from the deck, and then the effect of Trackmaker will add playlist from your deck to your hand. Rico's effect will let you add clip to your hand. Now you're going to take Mix and Rico so you can summon Remix and set your playlist. You're going to pass your turn, and on your opponent's turn, you're going to activate the effect of Remix. You're going to tribute this card to summon Rico from the grave, and then you're going to add Mix to your hand. You're going to immediately synchro summon using Rico and Mix so you can summon RS. You're going to activate the effect of playlist and target Mix. You're going to destroy a monster your opponent controls and add Mix to your hand. Now you're going to activate the effect of clip to special summon the card from your hand, and now you get to synchro summon. You're going to take Mix and Trackmaker so you can summon Loudness War. What this card does is when your opponent activates a card or effect, you get to banish a Kewl monster from your grave. Then you get to apply that card's effect when it's sent to the grave as synchro material. So now you get to destroy another monster they control. So once again, this is pretty good. You got to destroy 3 monsters, a spell and trap, and you also got an Omni Negate. That's 5 interruptions just for one card. Pretty good if you ask me. Now for the last combo, it's a 2-card combo, which is a lot worse because all the other ones I showed you were 1-card combos, but this combo is still pretty decent. You're gonna activate their field spell, and now you get another normal summon for a tuner monster, which is gonna be Effect Veiler. You're going to tribute Effect Veiler off the effect of the field spell. Now you get to summon Mix from your deck. The effect of Mix will activate to add Kewl from your deck. You're gonna summon Kewl and summon Red Nova from your deck, and then you're gonna take Kewl and Red Nova to summon Trackmaker. Kewl's effect will let you look at the top 2 cards on your opponent's deck, then the effect of Red Nova will summon Rico from your deck. Finally, Trackmaker will let you add Playlist from your deck to your hand. Rico's effect will let you add Clip from your deck to your hand, and then you're gonna take Mix and Rico so you can summon Remix. You're going to set the playlist in your hand and end your turn, and on your opponent's turn you're going to activate the effect of Remix. You're going to special summon Rico from your grave and add Mix to your hand, and then immediately Synchro summon into RS. Now you get to destroy 1 monster and 1 spell and trap your opponent controls. You're going to activate your face down playlist to add Mix from your grave to your hand, but you also get to destroy a monster your opponent controls. Now you're going to special summon Clip off its own effect and Synchro summon. You're going to use Mix and Trackmaker to summon Loudness War. When your opponent activates a card or effect while they have a monster on the field, you get to banish Mix from your grave and destroy a monster they control. So this is pretty much the same end board that I showed you before, but this is a 2-card combo. However, at the same time, this is totally fine because this is still pretty good for 2 cards. It's pretty generic as well, so this is a 1.5 card combo. It's pretty much any tuner that you can summon as well as the field spell. Now normally this is where I would end the combo video, but I do want to show you guys a sneak peek combo that shows you what this deck has in the future. There's a really good card in the OCG that's going to come out in a couple of months in the next core set. The card is insanely strong for Cool Tune and makes the deck so much better. For this combo you only need 1 Synchro Overtake. You're going to reveal Remix in your extra deck to summon Mix from your deck. Then you're going to activate the effect of Mix to add Q from your deck to your hand. You're going to normal summon Q and summon Red Nova from your deck. You're going to take Red Nova and Q so you can summon Trackmaker and 3 effects will activate. Q's effect will activate here, then Red Nova will summon Rico from your deck, and then Trackmaker will add Playlist from your deck to your hand. Rico's effect will activate to let you add Clip from your deck to your hand, then you're going to take Mix and Rico so you can summon Remix. Now you're going to end your turn, and on your opponent's turn you're going to activate the effect of Remix. You're going to tribute the card to summon Rico from the grave and add Mix from your grave to your hand. You're going to use both monsters to sync or summon RS. Now before you do the next step in this combo, you have to use the effect of RS to negate a card your opponent controls. After you do so, you're going to activate the effect of Clip. The card will summon itself, and then you're going to take Clip and RS to summon a new card, which is Zarin the Chainbound Dragon. This card is not out yet in the TCG or Genesys, but it will be out in the next core set called Burst Protocol. The card is incredibly strong. Now this card isn't Omni Negate, but it doesn't negate the same way another card does. Usually when you have a card that negates when your opponent activates a card or effect, it will negate that. Now Zarin doesn't work that way. He can't negate the same way another card would. Before Zarin can activate its effect to negate something, it needs a Chain Link 2 or higher. So if your opponent activates an effect as Chain Link 1 and then you want to respond to that, you cannot use Zarin. You have to activate another card, then you can activate the effect of Zarin. Now this sounds really bad, but Zarin is really unique. He can negate cards in the first or second Chain Link. This is really cool because like I said, he has to be a Chain Link 3 here. But he ignores chain blocking, which is so cool. Another great thing about him is that even though he's a synchro tuner, he can be used as a non-tuner if you're treating him as synchro material. This is really cool because before you activate any cool tune effect to lock you into tuner monsters for the rest of this turn, you can use Zarin as synchro material to summon any synchro that you want. So if your opponent activates a card and you want to negate it, what you're going to do is activate your face down playlist as Chainlink 2. This means that Zarin can chain as Chainlink 3 now. Now you can negate the first card in the chain even though Zarin isn't responding directly to that card. You also get to add back your mix and destroy a card, and you have a guaranteed follow-up for next turn. This is pretty cool if you ask me. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I got to show off a lot of really nice cool tune combos in the TCG and Genesys, and even a future combo that they'll get soon. This is also my first Genesys video. Haven't posted one before, but I hope you guys did like that. As I said before earlier in the video, I am working on a cool tune Genesys guide. I honestly have no idea when I'll be able to get that video up because I'm not sure when I'll be able to record this week. I'm pretty busy and I have some stuff to do, but hopefully I can get it done sometime this week. However, I will give you guys a sneak peek on my Genesys cool tune deck list. So here's my list just in case you guys wanted to see it. And one of the reasons why I didn't post a cool tune guide earlier in Genesys was because we don't know the point system. I really doubt that Konami's gonna give cool tune a lot of points, if any, just because the cards are brand new. I know a lot of people will say the Genesys format is supposed to be a lot slower, and I understand that. However, they also didn't hit cards like VS or Radiant Typhoon, even though those cards were pretty good in Genesys and the format was a lot slower. The reason why is because they still want to sell the cards for that format, so I highly doubt cool tune's gonna get a really big point adjustment early on. Pretty much all the cards you have to play 3 of them too, so I really don't expect expect them to give them any points. This is also why I kinda wanna wait to upload my guide, but at the same time, like I said, I don't expect them to give them many points. I really don't expect Cool Toon to get any points in Genesys because the cards are brand new, they wanna sell them, and there's no point in buying the cards for the TCG. The TCG is just way too fast for Cool Toon, so I'm really expecting Genesys to be the main seller for that archetype. Plus, I think Cool Toon's also gonna be a really fun deck for Genesys. Now, the best thing about Cool Toon is that you get to play Ghost Reaper. This card doesn't have any points at all. This is mainly because a lot of decks don't have the extra deck space to use Ghost Reaper. This is not the case for Cool Toon. You don't have to play very many of the synchros at all. There are some people that say play 3 of each, but I think it's far too many. I would only play 2 each. This means that you can play more Reaper targets, and like I said before, Reaper doesn't have any points, so that's really good. I think Reaper is going to have a really big impact on Cool Toon for Genesys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one. Take care.